Yay! Second time lucky. The stream is working. Just wait for YouTube to confirm that we're live before I start rabbiting on too much. Come on, YouTube. OBS was being very slow. I had to restart it, so hopefully everything is going to be okay with this live stream. And I'm sorry if everything goes wrong, because it wasn't the best beginning. Having to try twice. But everything looks okay now, and YouTube is saying that we're live. We got a little bit of a lag though, so hopefully that's not going to be too much of a problem. Anyway, it's Wednesday, it's 7 PM. I hope you have had a nice week so far. This is my first video this week. It's an unusual week for me on YouTube. But I'll be back with a video on Friday. Or Sunday. Probably Friday. Probably Friday. But yeah, that is what has been happening. I am going to work on some cosplay today. I'm working on my Lara Croft pickaxe some more, and if you were in my last live stream, then you will have seen the start of that progress, because we were working on it in the last live stream. But I have a new table. Well, it's not a new table. I have simply moved the table so that I can now use it as like a workspace. So hopefully anybody watching will actually be able to see what I'm working on, as opposed to my normal way of doing crafting live streams when I regularly end up crafting off camera, and that's annoying. So hopefully this time everything will be better and you'll be able to see what I'm doing. So I'm just going to check that everything is okay before I start doing anything. Do let me know if there's any problems with the sound or the picture quality or anything. Don't forget to change top chat to live chat if you want to be sure that you're getting all of the chat. And yes, I am using a microphone, and I don't normally use a microphone for my YouTube live streams. So if there is a difference in sound, then that might be why, and hopefully it's okay. But because I'm going to be like mainly facing in this direction, I didn't want to be just using the Mac sound, because I was worried that nobody would be able to hear me. So here's the template that I've been working on. The last time you saw this, if you watched my last live stream, it looked quite different, because as I've been layering up the craft foam, this has been getting smaller, because the higher layers, there's less to them. So that's what that looks like right now. And then there's some more parts. And then this is what I was working on in the last live stream, and it's now together. It's now got the two parts that I cut out in the last live stream are now stuck together, which I think I showed in Mouse Moments. But yeah, that's now done. So yeah, fingers crossed it will be okay to continue. And I'm going to try and, because of the size of my craft foam, I'm going to try and make sure that the joins are never in the same place. So hopefully I won't just end up with like a really flimsy bit just right here. You know, a really, yeah, structurally unsound part right there. Hi Phil, good to see you. Yes, it looks structurally sound now. Fingers crossed. And as I layer it up, it will hopefully be even more so. And it's still going to be really flimsy even when it's all layered up, but the paint will stop that. The paint, after the paint, it will not be like this. So yeah, I just have more of these, the handle bits, and a bit at the top, part of the razor bit at the top, which goes like that. You can see that. like that. So that's what we're working with. How has your week been? How has your trip been so far? Don't need the masking tape, but oh, I shouldn't put it there. I'm gonna have to remember to put things here instead of on this table here, because that's where the microphone is, and I don't want anybody with headphones to have issues. So don't put things here, mouse. Don't do that. See how long that lasts before I accidentally put something there. Looks complicated. Did you have to plan this out yourself? I had the stencil. I just searched for a stencil for the pickaxe. So it's just the layering bit which I'm working out myself. The actual stencil bit is just one that I've printed out. So that's something. So I need to cut out loads of things. So that's what I'm going to start with, if that is okay. And let me know if there's anything you want me to talk about. And I hope, because this is going to be quite near to the microphone, so I hope that this is not going to be an annoying sound. Let me know if it is. I wasn't sure, I thought you were working from a picture. Well, I have a picture, like, on that screen to work from, but I also have the template, which I mean, like, I could have made a template from the picture, but the template there looked pretty detailed and fantastic, so I just use that. And everything is good. It is finally sunny here. It's finally good weather. It's like 20 degrees. So it's very nice. You have moved the desk so we can see you cutting things out. That's a good idea. Yes, I have moved it. Yep, we now have all of this area. Actually, I should probably move this because then you can see. Because as I do things, I'll be doing them here, and the white on the black will be good because it means you can see. But yes, it was a little ridiculous in the last live stream when I kept having to do things off camera just because I was using like a knife on a cutting board. So now I have moved the table, and it's a bit like, it's not the most convenient, so I'm sorry if I'm like turning away occasionally, and unfortunately the chat's over here, so it's a bit but it's better than it was, and you can see what I'm doing, so that's the main thing. And I also have a microphone now as well. I'm using the microphone I use for my Twitch streams, so fingers crossed you can still hear me even though I'm like facing completely away from the microphone. You are in Luton and it's all sun here too. Ooh. Yep, we are finally getting the good weather that spring should have. And it's April. So it's only taken like half of spring for actual spring weather to happen. And it was only like a month ago when it was snowing. Actually, it's literally a month ago that it was snowing. Because I was going to go to London for my mum's birthday, and we couldn't because it was snowing. And my dad's birthday is a month after my mum's birthday, and we did go out for that yesterday. So we went to Lewis, and it was lovely, lovely weather. And today is even better. And tomorrow we're going to see School of Rock in London, so that should be really fun. And I'm looking forward to some more good weather. It's all trial and error to get this right. You sound fine. Okay, good. Thank you. Let me know if I accidentally put something on the table or something and everything is bad. Even snowing in Cornwall, and it never snows in Cornwall. Oh. Yep. Climate change. The weather's all different. like I should be talking, but this is a very fiddly bit. There we go. Another little bit of... come on, pickaxe. So this bit is going here, but it's like a couple of layers between these two things. So, but this is where it's going. Now it's finally not snowing or raining in Cornwall and I'm in Luton. Well, at least it's also not raining or snowing in Luton, so that's good. And hopefully, I mean, it's probably going to be... I feel like the sun is here for a little bit now, so hopefully by the time you are in Cornwall, it will still be nice and you can appreciate the good weather. Right, next. You don't want to go snipping anything off you shouldn't know. Yes, it should all be fine. It should all be fine. Oh, I started replaying Tomb Raider this afternoon. I am now 17% of the way through, so that's good, and there's been no trouble yet with the save files. I have saved in all 3 slots and am continuing to do so, and it seems to be working so far, although I haven't got to the first bit where the crash happened, so... I mean, where the save crash happened, not where the helicopter crash happened. So we will see how it goes, but that was good. I made some progress today. Although I am enjoying just playing Dragon Age, but I would like to have more variety going forward with Twitch. It's just looking like the paper is getting really thin now. You are getting back to where we were. Yep, I am getting there slowly. I've started playing. Do you remember the upgrades we got in Tomb Raider in the streams? No, unfortunately. And also, I'm not doing all of the tombs that we did just for time. So we're not going to have like the same collectibles or tombs or like exactly the same XP, unfortunately, when we get back to the stream. So that's not ideal, but then just for time... and also it would be very difficult. I was going to say it would be very difficult to remember. I do have lots and lots of documentary evidence of what we did exactly. So that would be possible, but I just... maybe that would just be too much time. So I'm just going to go with just a main storyline and just get to where we left off, which is where we got the tools off Alex. So that's when I'm just going to get there as fast as I can, and then we'll continue on. But yeah, we might not have exactly the same collectibles and tombs and clothes and all sorts of stuff. So don't think anyone will notice watching the replays. Just pretend it came back fine after the crash. Yes, just pretend. Just pretend nothing's happened. I guess it'll just be like playing Dragon Age with a different save world, I guess. Just a slightly different save world. Yeah, don't go after that tomb this time. Yes, we never even got to the tomb. It was me trying to reach the tomb where it crashed. But apparently it's something to do with, like the fan on the PlayStation overheating during a save and that causing those things to happen. So it might not have even been specifically what we were doing at that time. It could have just been that the PlayStation was overheating at that time. So that could have been why. So we'll see. We'll see. I still don't understand what the difference is with the DA worlds, really. I'm in the default one. It seems similar. Yeah, it will be similar, but there's certain choices that you make in, like, there's different choices you can make in Dragon Age Origins and Dragon Age 2. And the default Dragon Age Inquisition has chosen certain things to get to the Dragon Age, you know, like the default Dragon Age Inquisition has a certain set of choices. So depending on how far away your set of choices are from the default set of choices in the first 2 games, the world might not be that dissimilar, but there will be certain things that will be different. And you'll probably notice it more as you get further into the game, because there's certain characters that may not exist or may be different depending on what you have done. For instance, Alistair. One of my choices was to make Alistair king, so I'm not entirely sure that the default world has Alistair as the king. And there's another character which is coming later who may or may not have a child depending on your choices in Dragon Age Origins. So that's sort of the main thing. And also stuff like Hawk. If I had a male mage Hawk, for instance, that would be different. And in terms of like the things that Varric says when you're asking about Hawk and stuff, it will be different. Different like dialogue choices, I guess, in terms of Varric and Hawk. That sort of thing. Still only have the starting 4 characters, so I'm not sure yet. Ah, cool. Cool. You should have some more soon. That would be cool. But yeah, generally I feel like a lot of the history of the world will be the same. It's just like random things will probably be noticeable later on as you get further into the game. Ah, the default... Hi, Melissa. The default world has him king, but there is no child. Okay, cool. I couldn't remember from the first time, because the first time I played Inquisition, it was the default world, but I've played it so many times since with my world that I couldn't quite remember. But that's good to know, so thank you. Yeah, I definitely remember that there was no child, because I was very confused when I played Inquisition the first time with my world. Right, more things to cut out. Trying to tidy up. Anora is queen. Ah, okay, cool. I can't remember. Who is my queen? Is it possible for there to not be a queen? I can't remember, because I romanced Alistair in Dragon Age Origins. Can't remember what I did queen-wise. So with the default world, a certain quest is missing. Ah, okay. So many names, it's going to be hard to keep track of them all. There's so many names, but you get used to it. I mean, you know that I have a terrible memory, and I do okay with Dragon Age, so you will be fine. It will be fine. Now I have to cut out these 2 things. Can you see? Yes, you can see. So this is just 2 layers, top and bottom of this base layer. Come on. So one will be here and the other will be here. That's what's happening. Ah, then he's king alone. Okay. I thought he was king alone, but I wasn't sure if that was possible. So that's good, yeah. I have Alistair as king on his own. Cool, that's good. Thank you. Have you played all DA games so far, Melissa? All, yes, including the DLCs. Oh, cool. You are the right person to be asking these things then. I haven't played all the DLCs. I've played Trespasser, and I've played a couple of the Origins DLCs, but I'm not sure I've played any Dragon Age 2 DLCs, if there were. But yeah, Trespass is the main one that I played. I don't have much of a memory for which other DLCs I've played. I played a Liliana DLC. Right, let's cut these out. Everything will be fine. I'm going to move slightly this way just for now so that I can see the chat at the same time. I don't think my Mac would play the first two, and I don't think they are on PS4, are they? No, they're not on PS4. They're on PS3. I got them on PC, which is the reason why I can't stream them, because I can't stream on my PC, so I've just had to go straight to Inquisition because that's on PS4, and I can stream from my PS4 and from my Mac. But yeah. I think, from what I remember of the CD-ROMs that I have, one of the two is Mac compatible, and I think it might be Origins and not Dragon Age 2, which is, you know, kind of annoying. But what happens when trying to stream from your PC? It's a graphics thing. It's a graphics card issue. It's not like compatible with the video card or something. Has like the video card is updated and is no longer compatible with like the driver or something confusing. So I just can't stream from my laptop. I could try and get it fixed or sorted out, but I just haven't. So yeah, no, they're only on PS3. Mass Effect isn't. Ah, cool. Mass Effect is on my list of things that I want to play, but I don't own it, so it's not something that I'll be playing soon. But I hope to play it at some point. Oh, I did play Mass Effect on the Wii U. Yes, I have a Wii U. I have a Wii, but not a Wii U. Oh, don't get Mass Effect Andromeda, it's so bad. Oh, okay, good. Good information, thank you. Is there a particular place you would recommend I were to start? Or maybe a particular one which you think would be like the general experience if I didn't want to spend too much of my life playing Mass Effect? Is there a particular one that you would recommend? Because I would be interested in that information. I enjoyed it. I played a female. She was a good voice actor for my game. Cool. I'd suggest watching Mass Effect 1 on YouTube because combat is hard to get used to. Ah, okay, cool. I think mine was just Mass Effect 3 and then play Mass Effect 2. Okay, so watch Mass Effect 1 and then play Mass Effect 2. Cool. Ah, 1 to 3 is the same story arc like Dragon Age 1 to 3. Okay, great. This is good information, thank you. And the good thing is, the chat stays now, so I don't have to write this down. Before the YouTube chat would disappear at the end of the live stream and everything would be bad and I'd be very frustrated at missing things. But now, I can come back to this at any time and have this information at my disposal. So, yay! Because that used to be the thing that I didn't like about YouTube compared to Twitch. Maybe I'll take this bit off because it's going to get in the way. It's going to get in the way. There we go. I was watching myself talking when watching it back. Yeah, it's quite addictive paying attention to the chat, even when I'm like lurking in streams. You know, when I'm like on my phone or something and I don't fancy chatting, I always pay attention to the chat because it's very difficult to not look at the chat when it's there. Yes, YouTube is trying to improve things at least. Yeah, I have noticed it improving its YouTube live streaming. And I have noticed that an awful lot of people, YouTube people, have been moving to Twitch recently, so don't know if that's Mass Effect is a shooter, but you just aim and fire. There's no need for dodging or evading. Oh, that's my kind of shooter. That's my kind of shooter. The game I was playing before I started streaming was The Last of Us. So that's like the most shootery shooter that I have played. Because I tend not to play shooters. Like Tomb Raider is like my normal, I think like possibly my only experience of like a game with elements of shooting. Right. Nearly done with this one. My plan, once I get these layers cut out, is that I'm going to put them together and see whether the pickaxe will be thick enough with just these layers, or whether I'm going to need to like double up in terms of layers. So we'll see. We will see. But I'm going to have to use the actual craft foam as the templates if I do have to double up, because I mean, obviously the actual paper template is getting smaller and smaller, and it no longer quite fits. Interesting. I am enjoying Twitch, but I get buffering on the replays. I don't get buffering on YouTube. Watching live on Twitch is fine though. Interesting. YouTube gaming has a huge problem with chat. On most gaming channels there are only teenagers and trolls. Twitch has chat under control. Ah, that's good. Yeah, I have been impressed with Twitch chat so far. I can't say that I watch gaming live streams on YouTube, so I probably haven't the experience of that sort of chat. So that's good to know. Yeah, not watch much. I prefer Twitch for the gaming, just generally. I've noticed since I've started Twitch, suddenly I am far more likely to watch streams than I used to be. Before, Twitch was like one of my least of all of the platforms that I'd watch content on. But now, I'm probably watching more Twitch content now than I am YouTube content, although that's partly just because I'm very behind on my like YouTube subscriptions. I just haven't been watching that much YouTube recently. You have been lucky with your Twitch chat. You have mostly great people in there chatting like me. Yes, it's true. I have been very lucky with my Twitch chat. There's been a nice combination of people who know me from YouTube and also new people, and it's been really good. And it's interesting the difference in the different games as well. Twitch had a lot of issues with that 2, 3 or 4 years ago. It's completely gone on Twitch. Cool. So YouTube's just like behind in terms of live content. That's cool. Yeah, I am pretty impressed with Twitch so far. I mean, I'm sure there will be time when there will be, you know, like, not the most wonderful chat experiences, but so far it's been fun. And it's just like a fun way to play games. Because, I don't know, I have a tendency to feel like I shouldn't like game so much, but because I'm streaming, I'm like, this is good, this is fun. Yeah, YouTube doesn't ban very often. And Twitch has 0 tolerance, yay! Good on you, Twitch. Hopefully YouTube will be on the way. I haven't banned anyone, no. Not yet. I haven't had need to. I've been very lucky. I think occasionally I've deleted a comment, you know, just either during the stream or like at the end, you know, at the end of the stream, but otherwise, been all good. That was a huge problem for female streamers back then until Twitch staff helped out on some channels. Ah, cool. I have noticed a few like Twitch seeming to be trying to, I don't know, help female streamers. Like just as a viewer, I've sort of seen evidence of it trying to focus a bit on making the experience better for female streamers, so yay. Yes, I haven't had cause to delete any of your comments yet, Phil, so yeah, don't worry about it. The other difference is because my Twitch live streams are so much longer than my YouTube live streams. Now when I do YouTube live streams, you know, post Twitch, they always fly by. Always flies by. So I'm like so used to maybe live streaming for 2 or 3 hours. And I know that's even not very long for Twitch. I'm regularly watching people who are streaming for like 5 hours. So I don't even stream for that long. But just because I only tend to stream on YouTube for like an hour, I've noticed that no longer seems like a long time, whereas when I first started live streams, it seemed like so long. I keep saying like. Recently got into the habit of saying like when for so long it wasn't part of my vocabulary. Yeah, the 3 hours of the streams do fly by. It's interesting. I assume just because you've got something else going on at the same time, you know. Twitch was a bit different a few years ago. BioWare developers joined streamers and were a bit shocked how many women play their games. I've definitely read statistics where it's a very, very high amount of female compared to male gamers. So that's interesting. I used to say a lot, but I managed to stop yep, I know. I think when I started in my videos, I don't say it because I can edit myself and I notice when I'm saying it, but I guess because I'm live, it's just creeped in. And it's one of those filler words, I guess, as well, so I guess it's even more likely to pop out when you're live, when you're trying to think to the end of your sentence. next we'll be going on to ers and rs. Nearly at the end of this one now. Yay! And then I need to use an actual knife, so that will be exciting. Okay, so progress. Let's see what it looks like now. I keep covering everything. There we go. Just a mess of... Right, so I guess... will look a bit like that, if you can see that. It's quite difficult to see, but you can kind of see how it's layering up. And then at the bottom we'll have like 3 or more layers going on, so it's like that. We'll see. Do you think your normal YouTube videos you are editing less as your live speaking is improved? I have actually noticed that I'm editing less, or that I'm more willing to leave in, you know, slight pauses or stumbles than I was before. Like I'm less, there's that word again, I'm less, I don't know, conscious, I guess, of trying to speak very directly all the time, because I guess I've got used to being able to speak more normally, I guess, like this. With all of the pauses and stuff. And also just I've got better internet now, so I used to pretty much always keep my videos under, well, most of them under 3 minutes and almost all of them under 4 minutes, just because otherwise it would take hours to upload. But now I have really good internet speeds, which is why I'm now able to stream. So now I don't have to make sure that everything is really, really tight editing wise. So that's, I guess, more the reason, to be honest. Just that I have more freedom to have a little space. Whereas before it was constantly, I have to edit this down and make it really, really tight, because otherwise I'm never going to be able to upload it. I only record my gameplays. Cool. I only live stream them. So, but I enjoy recorded gameplays as well. Seeing how it's layering up. Cool. Don't think I notice your edits normally, other than the jumps from day to day. Good. That's the dream. That's what you hope. I think I used to be more of a constant jump cut person, so I feel like it's maybe evened out a bit more. Oh, I'm jealous of those internet speeds you have down here near London. My old internet speed was not good. Yeah, I went to Belfast on holiday, and suddenly instead of my videos taking like a 5-minute video taking 40 minutes to upload, it was taking less than 5 minutes, and I was, what is my internet speed not just the general internet speed? Can it be better than this? So now that's my internet. Now my videos take like 5 minutes to 10 minutes. So it's still not quite the, you know, where I was in Northern Ireland, but it's an improvement and I'm very happy. Like, I have some videos that are over 5 minutes. That would never happen like a year ago. The pigeons that carry the Cornish internet packets out of Cornwall are just getting fat, I think. Yep, it must be the pigeons. yeah, it's I'm very lucky now with my internet speeds. It's like 1 year ago, I couldn't have streamed, I couldn't have made longer videos. Right, I should probably get started on these. Ah, interesting. Recording slows me down when I play, and I'm also more focused. Careful. Cool. I'd be interested to know, I mean, I'm not going to start, but I'd be interested to know, like, how it feels different when you know that it's recorded instead of live. That would be interesting to know, like, just from my but that's cool. I like watching recorded streams, recorded gameplays. And yeah, I guess when I'm live streaming, I'm constantly wanting to, I guess I'm rushing more than I would if I was playing by myself, just because, you know, I want to get to good content and stuff. So I guess a recorded gameplay would give you slightly more freedom. So that's cool. Right, I'm going to be cutting out this now, so sorry if I am like turned away for a moment. But at least you can see what I'm doing now, instead of the last stream where you could only see the top of my head. You can see my wonderful craft knife technique. There we go. Boom, first one done. If you edit the video so you don't see Lara die, that takes a lot more time than just not jumping the wrong way. That's true. I think you worry about what you think people might find boring, but the problem, but they probably do love watching you sell all the stuff. Yes. Yeah, I don't use, like, I guess I don't use the traders so much when I'm live streaming, and I don't spend so much time fussing about the weapons and getting everybody kitted out in exactly the best gear. And I also probably would have crafted, like, well, no, not crafted, but modified some armour for it to be in, like, different fancy colours at this point, but I think I've only done one crafted. I don't need this anymore, it's just a spare piece of craft foam. I don't quite know, I'll put it next to the microphone because it's not noisy. It's not noisy. But yeah, I feel like as I'm doing more live streams, I'm less self-conscious, I guess, and more likely to spend time crafting and selling than I would have when I first started. Mind you, everyone just grabbing the nearest swords or staves and putting on not the best gear is good role-playing. True, true. In the heat of battle, you don't have time to spend 5 minutes choosing a helmet, do you? I've just been using what looks good on the characters in DA3. Yeah, it's kind of what I go with as well. I mean, I try to go with the best, like the highest level armour, but I also like to go with the ones that look the best on the characters. I use YouTube for good/perfect playthroughs and Twitch for interacting. Ah, okay, so that's the difference that you see. That's interesting. I'd say I probably would agree with that in terms of watching content. Cool. Yeah, I feel like generally for me going forward, I think Twitch will be for gaming and live gaming, and YouTube will be for all other content and live anything that isn't gaming, probably. Yeah, the interaction on Twitch is good, it does make you feel more involved. As long as there aren't 500 people in the chat, yes. Sometimes when there's so many, like you can't see anything. Like when I watch Critical Role, I just turn the chat off because you can't see anything. It's too many people. Yeah, it's not the best idea to upload Twitch videos to YouTube because you can't interact there, you just want to see the game and not the streamer. Yeah, that's sort of what I noticed as well. I was originally putting my videos up to YouTube as well. But yeah, I've just found it there unfortunately hasn't been as much like the time it took to do it. It wasn't really worth it. So now I'm just keeping them on Twitch and I feel like that's better for me. So I will, yeah, I feel like that's probably going to be how I stay. Yeah, the only good thing about the YouTube uploads you did was I could comment on a video once I had seen it. Yeah, that's the one change. And also I know that some people who watch my gaming videos don't like use Twitch, so that's kind of inconvenient. But oh well, oh well. Hi Green Machine, good to see you. How are you today? How has your week been so far? Perfect timing. You've just caught us. You've just caught us. You can comment during a YouTube video, but it must be focused on the game. You can talk in the replay on Twitch, but I'm not sure why who would see it. Yes, if you comment on the replay, I see it. I mean, I get a notification that I see it. I can't, like, reply very easily. So, yeah. It's not ideal, really, to comment on the replay. We are just talking about the differences between YouTube and Twitch in terms of, like, live streaming and also the content, that the experience of the content as well, of watching. And I'm making a, I'm still working on the pickaxe. But I have a slightly different... I have moved the table so that hopefully people can see what I'm doing instead of it being like off camera and just being very, very dull. Forgot the streamers this week. Ah, cool. Yes, the rare occasion when I've actually streamed where there's not like a massive gap of months between my live streams. We'll see whether my next live stream on YouTube is 3 weeks from now, or whether it will be 4 weeks, or, 6 weeks or more. This would be a nice habit to get into, having the YouTube live streams more regularly. Especially now that I have Twitch live streams as well, because it's not it's not it's not difficult for me to set up a live stream anymore, shall we say. You almost never use Twitch. Go on. I didn't used to. But obviously now I do. But still, my main stuff will always be on YouTube. There we go. These bits are more difficult to do because it's all fiddly stuff, but hopefully it will be fine. Kind of hard to watch the chat while you play a game. Yeah, when we were saying about that, when there's too many people in the chat, it's really difficult. As long as you have something you are making, it's nice to see you streaming some of the build. Cool. Yeah, I much prefer YouTube live streams when I have something to do. I just feel generally live streams, I think I prefer them when I have something to do, or when I'm watching them when the person is doing something as well. I guess it's just more, I don't know. I guess it just feels like less stressful, I guess. I don't get a lot of people on my Twitch. I get just a few, if I'm lucky, a couple of people in the chat and a few people watching. So it's kind of like nice and, I guess, chilled, I guess would be the term. I don't watch channels on Twitch with more than 50 people. Ah, yes. I do, but I tend not to chat in them. I tend to just watch them. Yes, exactly. It gives something to talk about if people can't think of anything. Exactly. It just alleviates a bit of the stress of a live stream for both the person doing the live stream and the people watching the live stream, I think, if there's something else happening. Even if it's not something very exciting, like I'm just cutting up bits of craft foam, but I'm much happier live streaming when this is happening, when this is going on. Yes, larger channels turn into emote spamming. Yep. I see this on Critical Role. And bit spamming just to get attention. Yeah. But yeah, it's nice when you're just like gaming and people are watching and commenting, and you can just have a nice chat about the game. What's bit spamming? It's... I will feel sad when Quiet as Mouse turns into emote spamming. I will try my best. Yeah, I can't imagine I'll get big enough for emote spamming, but yes. Yeah, it's just a way to tip the streamer you're watching. Just like, I like what you're doing, here are some things. Here is a little small bit of money. We've only got a few more minutes. Is there anything you want me to talk about before I go? Oops, I'm gonna knock everything off the table. So many viewers spam with 1 to 2 bits, which is not really value, but you do get an appreciation message from the streamer. I know! It goes so quickly. It goes so quickly. I think partly because I'm doing something, and partly because I'm so used to like 2 or 3 hours. But yeah, sorry, we're near the end. But thank you for joining me. How far have you got on with the axe tonight? I have I cut out those two little handle layers, and I'm like halfway through these layers. So there's going to be like five layers. So we've not done badly. Aren't you worried about scratching the table? No, this is a cutting mat. I have a cutting mat down specifically not to scratch the table. I love this cutting mat. Last time I showed you the cutting mat, so this time I will also show you the cutting mat. I like it because it's double-sided and it's black on this side and it's white on this side, so that if you're working with something that's dark or something that's light in colour, then you can still be pretty sure that you'll be able to see what you're doing, because quite often the stuff that I'm doing on this cutting mat is pretty fiddly and also of course involving knives, so it's really helpful. Where are Groot and BB-8? They are over here. Groot and BB-8 have had to move temporarily so that I could work on the pickaxe. So I'm sorry, but depending on what I'm doing in the next YouTube live stream, they may be back. Well, they probably will be back, unless I'm doing something that requires a table again. Was it better watching when you could see what was happening? Just as general like feedback for the future, do you think that this table is like generally a good idea if I'm doing something crafty in a live stream? Yeah, they can still see. It's all good. They're watching from afar. Yes. Yep, you didn't just see the top of my head when I was cutting things out. Yeah, that was kind of what I was trying to alleviate, just having like 10-minute parts of the live stream when I was like off camera. Yes, and you could see what I was cutting. Good. I'm glad that that worked. Because my original hope was to be able to set up another camera, but it turned out that I can't do that. So, sorry. But we've got a table instead. That angle's fine, you might wear out your neck though. Yeah, I am moving about quite a bit, but because the live streams are quite short, I feel like it will be fine. It will be fine. But that's good for future that I can do this, because I didn't think of doing this before. I mean, obviously, because it would have been so much easier if I had thought of this before. So yes, I'm glad that that was a success. Although I have had to break out the microphone so that you can hear me, because I'm further away and also facing in like a different direction. So, slightly more elaborate of a setup, but it's all good. It's all good. I do have a swivel chair. It's very creaky, but yes. I have a swivel chair. Right, I should probably start packing away. But yeah, thank you everybody for joining me. Thanks for the chat. It's been really interesting. It's been good to talk about like Dragon Age and different games, and also Twitch and YouTube, and to get some work done on the pickaxe and to try a slightly new setup. And I'm glad you think this has worked well. Thank you. That'll be good for the future. I'll have to think what I'm going to do next time, because I hope I will have finished the pickaxe by next time. Trying to think what other projects I'm working on. We'll see. We'll see. And I don't even know when the next live stream will be on YouTube, but my next Twitch one will be on Saturday. A 2 live stream Twitch schedule this week. And my next YouTube video will be on Friday. Write a song in real time. That's actually a really good idea. We could compose a future backing track for Mouse Moments. We could do that. We could compose a track together, because I do need a new Mouse Moments backing track, because I'm getting a bit bored of the other ones. So we could do that, if I can work out the setup. We could do that. I'll see if I can sort that out. It might not be the next live stream, but I'll see if I can sort that out. That is a good idea. Cool. And on that note, I feel like this is a good point on which to end. Yes, you will help. Whether you want to or not, you will help. Cool, yeah, great to speak to you all. I hope you have a great rest of your Wednesday and a great rest of your week, whatever you're up to. Enjoy the nice weather if it is good where you are. And yep, my next YouTube video will be on Friday, my next Twitch video will be on Saturday, and I'm going to see School of Rock tomorrow, so it should be really fun. Bye Melissa, bye Phil, bye Green Machine, and bye anybody else who is watching. Thank you so much for joining me. Take care, bye!